I'm going to do a talkie video here. I did a video showing the redecorating of my guest bedroom, and international friends couldn't view that video because of the music, which I don't understand, because I got royalty-free music. But sometimes I don't know what's up with the YouTube folks, that a person can even get royalty-free music and there's an issue with it with people internationally where they can't view it. When we first moved here 7.5 years ago, this was my son Josiah's room. He got married a couple years ago. This summer will be 2 years ago he got married. And my daughter, who was in our basement, we have a finished basement, she wanted to come up to the second floor. At the same time, she was thinking about moving out. And so I was hoping she would stay here. And I went ahead and I let her choose the paint color for this room. And she chose a Tiffany blue color. And we got this pillow as like an accent color for that. But I'll put a picture now to show you the room before, what it looked like. I've always hated that Tiffany blue color. I never really liked it at all. Over here we used to have some pictures of Marilyn Monroe. Over here we had some pictures of Audrey Hepburn. Those frames over there had pictures of Audrey Hepburn, you know, because Breakfast at Tiffany's. I have a video on that, on this channel, I believe, when I did her room. And you can see the makeover. I think it's on this channel. But anyway, my daughter moved out as soon as we painted the room. Seriously, within like a month, she moved out. And I never liked that blue. And every time I was out here in the hallway, walking by here, especially to come in here to the bathroom. This is the boys' bathroom. And every time I'd come in here to clean the bathroom on Saturdays, I'd walk by this room and I just would cringe every single time. So I wanted to brighten it up, and the whole theme of my house really downstairs, and I'm going to start carrying it upstairs now here to the second floor, is the primitive, because that's, you know, what I have my downstairs as, so I might as well carry it upstairs. I'm getting ready to redo my bedroom as well. And this is sort of a primitive vintage look. It's kind of like a combination of both. I'm going to try to find one of those friendship stars. That's part of like primitive decorating, and if I can find one that I like, I might put it above that mirror over there, or maybe above over here. So that's why I chose this color, one reason, and I wanted something bright and light. I knew I was going to put pictures of family members, and these pictures in here are of my dad's side of the family. I'm thinking about getting maybe another one of these where I can flip it, because it can go either way. And there's another thing on the back, says, I think, live, laugh, and love, that will read, you know, this way, so that if you're hanging this, you know, like this. And so I have pictures that I'm going to get of my mom's side of the family that are black and white, of like my grandparents, and I'm gonna put that, I would like to put it like over there somewhere. So that's why I styled this room the way that I did. I had a lot of black and white pictures. Some of them were the size of 3x5s and 4x6s, and I went to the kiosk over at Walmart, and they did a great job in blowing all of these pictures up. I think that picture of my mom and the one of my dad were 5x7s, and I blew them up to 8x10s, and they're not blurry or anything. See, you're going to get glare from the glass, but I mean, there's sometimes, you know, when pictures are blown up, they get all blurry. These aren't blurry at all. None of these are. This was a 4x6, and you can see, I mean, the kiosk over there at Walmart really did a great job. These pictures of my grandfather over here, there that starts with an S. Sepia, or I forget what it's called, but it's like black and white pictures that are not black and white. They're more the brown color. That picture over there of my grandfather's family, that photo had actually yellowed. It was almost the color of the wall. It yellowed really bad. But you can see, you can take all that out. And I went ahead and I left these original like that. But this one, I had an empty space in this when I came back home and I was filling this. So you can see, again, that's like that brown color instead of black and white. This photo, and this photo were the same, exactly like this. And so was that one. But see how we were able to turn them black and white, true black and white. So it just did a really, really nice job. I was very, very pleased with it. You're back on this bed again. I'm trying to do a video. You're going to have to get down. Okay, Lacey loves this bed. So before she tries to come back, let me finish this video. So, I've got these pictures over here, again, of my father and my mom. My mom was born in 1942, and I think that was her second birthday picture. So she's 2 there, I believe, and that's my father. I had put in my video 1960, he was 20, but my father was born in 41. So if this was 1960, my dad was only 19. If it was 1961, my dad was 20, but I know he was about 20, 21 right there. And so I had these sconces when I had the Audrey Hepburn pictures there. So I just went ahead and left them. And this is the same bedding that we had. I went out and, you know, did a little shopping for some, you know, odds and ends to accessorize the room. And I found this quilt, Afghan, whatever. And it's an Afghan, not a quilt. And it was beautiful. And I got it at a really great price, too. So I thought, well, this will match perfect in here. So I have that. That is the old pillow that was in here with these other ones. And I just went ahead and I left it just for some color. I don't have the pillow shams on there because the pillow shams are really, I mean, it's pretty and decorative. It's got those. But you can see the black pillowcases through there. I'd have to get some white pillowcases to, you know, use those. So, anyway, I'm just going to leave this like that. As I said, this is my grandfather's family. That's my grandfather there and my grandmother. That's my aunt and that's my aunt. That's my grandfather's youngest brother. That's another brother. That's my grandfather. I believe that's my that's great-grandpa, and that's my great-grandmother. And these two ladies, my grandfather had 2 sisters. I think that is one of the sisters, but I think this is the wife to this uncle. I'm not sure. But, so there's that. I had this when I had the Tiffany blue in here. This clock was, where did I get that? I think that was my mother-in-law's clock. And then I bought that. And then this is just a notepad to take notes, a book of Psalms, and then this is just like a journal. Because I intend on coming in here and using this room myself from time to time. It's kind of like my little girl cave, Harry called it. I don't really want to look at it like that. We have an office, but the office gets used by Harry, and my son goes in there sometimes, and sometimes when, you know, they're in there and I'm wanting to do, you know, quiet time things, I have to find another room in the house to go to. I usually go to my dining room. So this way I can come in here now. So I'll go back over here to these photos. This is my grandmother. There were 9 kids in her family. So this is 2 of her sisters. That's Annie and Carmen. And this is Texas. That's where they lived. You can see by their faces, they've got a little bit of Native American in them. This is their mother right here. Her name was Minnie, and she was Choctaw. It's closely related to the Cherokees, and she was also, well, they believed it was Irish, but her maiden name was her mother is Myers, and Myers is a Jewish name, but they were from Ireland, so we're assuming they were Irish Jews. And as I've mentioned before, my mom's side of the family, I'm also Jewish too, but we think that we've got it also from her on my dad's side. And then that's my grandmother when she was 16, I believe. And that appears to be Halloween because it's like a clown costume, and she's up in a tree. And that's my grandfather. Well, this was around 1919, something like that, 1918. She was born in 1903. My grandfather was born in 1902. And this was around 1910, so he was about 8 years old there. And he looks just like my son Adam. I'll have to show you a picture. This is Adam right here. I believe he was about 5, almost 6 in this picture. And that's my grandfather when he was 8. I'm trying to do this without a glare being on there. Let's see if I can. There we go. Look how similar they look. I was showing this to Adam yesterday. I mean, even their mouth. I showed this to Adam and I said, look, you look just like, you know, your great-grandpa. And he said, oh, I can't see it. He said he saw it more in this photo. And we have some other pictures. I'd have to drag them out of Adam, though, and he does look like that too, but this and this. But that's my grandfather. And so, yeah, Adam gets a lot of his look from him. And then that's my grandparents there. That was, I think, in the 50s or around 1960, like late 50s, 1960, somewhere around there. And then that's my grandmother here and 2 of her friends, and they played trombone, as you can tell. And then these were just postcards that my grandparents, they went on a trip down to Tennessee to the Smoky Mountains, and then they went down to Florida to Miami and the Keys. And so like see, you can see there Key West, 1961. That's where they were in Miami. And this one, this is Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So this was all like the same trip. And everywhere they went, they sent postcards to my dad and my aunt too. So I thought, you know, that was, you know, kind of sentimental to put that in there too with that picture frame there. And then this is my grandmother. I think this was her 18th birthday photo. And I just have these shoes. I've shown these before in other videos. I got these from a friend when I lived in Illinois. This is just like a little storage thing, but these other little things are music boxes. And they all play different songs. And I picked up this perfume Chantilly. My grandmother used to wear that all the time. So I just got it, and I thought when I come in here sometime, just get a little spray and it would make me think of my grandmother. And then we have this. This is some hand lotion. And I picked up this. This is a smaller pitcher and water basin. You know, they have bigger ones too. But this is a kind of a narrow dresser. So that fits perfectly fine there. However, at the antique store that I went to, well, I went to a couple of them, but the one guy said, he called last night, and he said he had a bigger pitcher and bowl, so I'm going to go check that out on Saturday. And then if I like it, where it will fit in here, it depends on, you know, how big it is on here. I can leave that there and put this in my bathroom, or the other one put in my bathroom, and I don't know, leave this one here. I'll decide. And then this is just some, you know, handmade soap. So I thought that was nice to put that there. I got this at the antique store as well too. A little plate that I'm using as a tray. And then Kelsey, my cat, likes to sleep in here, so I got her a little bed. Now you're on the bed. Ellie. So when I was thinking of things to also put in here to accessorize this bedroom, and I like this furniture too because it reminds me of old furniture, the way that it is like this. But anyway, I always have oil lamps. They're all around my house. So I brought this up and I got this little ring to go with it. And then I picked this up, this church. My grandfather here, he was a preacher or a pastor of Assembly of God Church. But this is when he was in Bible college. And there he's got his Bible tucked under his hand there. That's the Bible college he went to. And this was around 1920. And then this is his parents. My grandfather is Irish. And they had come here because of the potato famine. My great-grandmother, all of her nationality, I think it's French and Irish, but she's got French in there too. Her maiden name was LaSurle, and from her father, she's related to Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford, the actress, her real name is, I think it's Lucille LaSurle. And so my grandfather's cousins to Joan Crawford, and it's through his mom. And then this phone, this was my mother-in-law's phone, and it still works. And I don't know if you can hear the dial tone. Let me see. Where's the... I don't know if you can hear that or not, but anyway, yes, the phone works. And it was nice because when I was in here decorating, I had all my picture frames out here. I was cleaning the glass to the pictures, and the phone rang, and it was nice. I could just pick the phone up. So I brought that up, and then I changed out these from that ugly black with the sequency things onto these. I found these over at Lowe's. And this cream, if you had it on a beige wall, it would look cream. But it's like a cream gold color. So when it's against this yellow here, it kind of, you know, looks like it's the same color, all blended in there. And these are just regular curtain panels that I just use for swags. And I think I got these at Lowe's, but I got those when I had done Carly's room. That was an old nightstand that Harry and I had with a very old bedroom suit, and the kids always used it as a TV stand. And I sanded it all down and painted it white and did the hardware on it, changed all that out with this. So I did that when I did Carly's room too. And then this chair, we had this chair out in the hallway over there, and I just decided to bring it in here. And so I've got a wrinkly bed now because the dog's on it. But I'll just go ahead. One thing I didn't do, I didn't pan around the room in my other videos. So I will scan it for you so you can see. And that little light, I'm just going to leave that on. I have a bunch of these little candle lights throughout the house. I just leave them burn. And when the light bulb burns out, I just change it out. One other thing that I had to do, it took me a long time my very first day, because I didn't prime the wall. Because when you prime the wall, that's one coat of paint, and you usually have to put two coats of paint on top of it anyway. So I thought, let me just go ahead and put 2 coats of paint and see what it does. Well, that blue stuff was bleeding through it a little bit, so I had to actually do 3 coats anyway. So I started here, and to do all around here and here, and I came to about like right here. I had to do, well, I did 2 coats of paint, and then these doors were really dirty looking. The white, for some reason, looked really dirty against this. So I had some white semi-gloss paint, and I thought, let me paint, the baseboards, the trim, and then this door here. And I had to put 3 coats of paint on that. So after I did my 2 coats of paint, you got to trim up there, and I don't tape or anything. I'm pretty steady with my hand. but still doing all the trim, 2 coats of paint with all that, and then getting down and doing all of this with the white. That took my entire first day, and I was in here from, I don't know, 9:30 in the morning maybe till about 5 o'clock, something like that. So when I came back the next day, then I, had to do all of this, and that went by actually pretty quick. And then I did 3 coats here, and to make it all even, then I had to come back here and do another coat. So I've got 3 coats of paint on this wall. And so yeah, so then I put the room together. I went out and did shopping yesterday for a few things like this that's getting all wrinkled, and my little basin over there. I really didn't buy a whole lot for this room because I had things. I bought that candle. I bought that picture frame yesterday. I bought this. I bought that little church picture. I bought the ring that goes on the oil lamp. I bought the pitcher and the towel with the bowl, and that little plate and the soap and the little sachet things, and the Chantilly perfume. And that's it. Oh, and the cat's bed. And that's all that I bought. Oh, no, I bought this. And that's all I bought. So, and of course I got the curtains when I bought the paint. But everything else I had to accessorize the room. So it was okay. So anyway, again, there we go. And this is no longer Carly's room. I do not call it Carly's room. This is now the guest bedroom.